Okay, this will be challenging. Let's see if we can make this turn up a treat. Okay, let's see what we have. We have here a pair of shorts. They look like they don't have any hem at the bottom, like they're handmade. Don't know why they're like that or if it's a fashion thing. I'm just going to flip them over to show you the side that I'm interested in. So we got here this. I'm interested in that side. It's nice and neat anyway. So I'm going to put that one down. Trying to decide how to place it to make that stuff go on an angle. So I'm going to just place it in line with that seam. So yeah, I'm going to use that seam as a guide. See how we go with that. Sorry about the bad camera work. It's hard working with trying to do your hands together. Trying to flatten this out. The seam is in the way. I don't want the seam in the picture. I just want to use it as a guide. And we've lost our settings. Fuck. I hate that. You just fart us around and you just lose your fucking concentration. Going at 200 for this. Not. Yeah, it's Christmas time. We're in the Christmas holiday break. Hopefully things will go well. Hoping this stuff that I'm doing here will go to air on television, on the primetime news. So let's see how that works out this break. I've been trying for years to get my stuff out there and it still hasn't arrived on the TV yet. It's not as easy as it sounds, trying to get your videos up. You think having talent and throwing lots of money at it is going to work. It's really discouraging when you put lots of effort in and you just can't seem to get anything useful out of it. That looks interesting. It's not as angled as I'd wanted it to be. But basically it's really difficult trying to get the stuff out there. I'm really missing a loved one, and to be away from him for as long as I have been has been real. Sorry folks, I'm just trying to look at the patterns and see what I can use to make an interesting piece. I'm going to make it into a movement piece. Fuck it, I'm not going to bother it being a still piece. I'm going to make it into a movement piece. I'm just going to we'll just put the back of it down on the glass and I'm just going to shift it. I'm just going to spin it. But basically it gets very lonely being on your own and having to deal with the past, constantly being aware of what the past has done in my life, what my foolish behaviour as a teenager and an early 20s person has reaped. The old saying, sorry to sound religious, you reap what you sow. And that's what I did. I'm reaping the shit that I sowed. So you could say, without getting fucking religious. It really is difficult dealing with something like that. I'm just going to put it on the glass again. So you've got to be careful in this life, the decisions you make, because they could really come back to haunt you, and you'll regret it for probably the rest of your life, or you might even take it to your grave. But I'm not going to take this to my grave. I am positive this will have a resolution, folks. If the TV channels could just have a heart and get my stuff out there. And now this looks really nice, actually. This is better than a still piece. And I'm thinking that's going to be the centre. But basically, you got to fucking work out what is right and what is wrong. You know, you'll often come to a crossroads, and sometimes if you come to a crossroads and you do it wrong, you've fucked up large portions of your life. I'm just going to throw that aside. So you have to think and consider what you do. Don't be like me and think that having fun is bad, or using your talent is somehow wrong. That you have to somehow work in a job that you hate. You know, like having to do everything for the dirty dollar and not considering what you've got as a talented person. I know it's not always easy to find jobs that you love. Sometimes you have to just have a day job and have your hobby and interest or your passion as a side gig, like what I do. I work in a sheltered workshop because I'm disabled, so I don't enjoy my job. It's just a job. So there are times when you can't just find a job that you absolutely are passionate about or it lines up with your talent. You know, if you can do it, try. But if you can't, you have to go for the side gig option. You have to work. You got to keep working in this world. You can't survive away from a job. You got to have a job. So basically, yeah. But whenever you can, it'd be good if you could find a job that's part of your passion. But if you can't, well, you just have to make money so that in your spare time you'll have a hobby that'll hopefully turn into a job one day that you'll be good at and you'll be able to contribute heaps. Especially if you're someone like a musician. It's very hard getting a job in the music industry. That's the problem. Sorry I assumed that you could have a job in what you want. You can't always. I've got to acknowledge that. So I've got disabilities and I just can't choose a job that I love. I'd love to be a photocopier technician, folks. That's what was my dream job before I knew my disability had its hand on me and prevented me from achieving. But I'm not going to let that be the end, folks. It's not going to be the end. It's just the beginning, what I'm doing. Doing something I'm passionate about, and that is going to hopefully help me locate my missing partner, Luigi. Trying to get this stuff on television. I think I've said that a few times at least. Sorry, folks. Anyway, that looks really colourful. I think now we can call this demo quits.